So, you know why you're here?
More I can't see it.
Well, she explains.
Now, you know, we're gonna have to use like our outside voices because we have people who, you know, need to hear us, right? So can you talk loud?
Yeah.
All right, good. Can you use outdoor voices?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so do you know why we're here?
No.
No, but you thought you might have an idea.
Well, a little bit.
What's your little bit of an idea?
I'm thinking kind of like example how to do a writing group.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I know, but it's not, it's gonna be, it is supposed to be, it's gonna lead to writing, but it's gonna be a reading group.
Oh.
Now, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Do
Yeah.
you feel okay? Okay. So now I'm gonna jump around a little bit. So again, what did you think of my writing? What was the name of it?
I think it was miniature moon.
Yeah, like a miniature moon or mini moon right there. What kind of writing is that?
Expository.
What is expository writing?
Information.
How do you know it was informational? What told you it was informational?
It has facts, captions,
Mhm.
details.
What are you thinking about right now to remember that? That's what informational writing is. Do you have something in your head to remember that?
Yeah.
What's in your head?
Textbook.
The textbook?
Yeah.
Looking at a textbook? Anybody have anything different in their heads? What do you have in your head,
I
Jimmy?
have,
Jimmy? What do you go by? I saw James down there and Jimmy.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? What do you prefer?
Dreams.
James, okay. That's interesting because I like to be called David, right? Not Dave or anything, so. All right, James, what do you have in your head?
I was thinking graphs and captions.
Yes? Go ahead. That's what you have in your head? What do you have in your head, Delaney? Because we have to make decisions all the time whether something's narrative or expository, right?
I always kind of think of like real life, like a item, and then real life things about it.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay. Hunter, what do you think? Nothing in your head? Okay. You know what I have in my head? That thing.
That thing.
Yeah. Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually have it, right? So when I think about something, guess what I'm thinking in my head? When I look at something that I'm reading or something I'm going to write, what do you think I pull up in my head? Yep, I pull up that card. What do you think about that? And then I flip it over. If I'm looking at something, I keep going like this in my mind.
Flip.
Yep, until I get to the point. What do you think of that? You think that's pretty ingenious?
Sure.
Because you do know who made that card, don't you? Yes. It's mine.
Oh yeah.
Did you see my name on it?
Yeah, at the bottom.
At the very bottom.
I read the little tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. So now you have a face with the name.
Oh.
So what do you think? Okay. All right. So anyways, here's what I want to do. So that's what I think about. That's what I want you to think about, right? If you have that card, you should really be thinking about that card, right? So that eventually it's just in your head so you don't need the card, right? So here's the article that you're going to read right here. And I put it up there so the teachers could see it too. So just quickly, let's look at it quickly. First of all, what kind of reading is this going to be? Remember, you're using the card. Maybe we should have that card over here. Could we have that, Kathy? What's it going to be? So in my mind, it's going like this right now. So you think it's going to be expository? Okay. So I think you're right. So I want you to think it. So you're going to have to be thinking about, kind of the specific subject, how this is organized, right? You're going to have to, does this have a table of contents? No. Does it have illustrations and graphics? Yes, it certainly does. Does it have descriptive headings? Yes, it does. And do you think it's going to have detailed information?
Yes.
So right now, point to some easily identifiable, detailed information. Just find one. All right. What did you point to? What are you pointing to? That's detailed information. How do you know without even reading it that it's detailed information?
Under the heading, what to do. I know it's detailed because
It's instructions and.
Well, how do you know? I want specific information. Look at that page right now. Don't take your eyes off that page. What tells you, without even doing much reading, that there's detailed information there?
The words.
No. I'm going to give you a hint. They're not words. Look at the paper. You took your eyes off. What's not words there?
Numbers and dots and
What about numbers?
They're not words. They're numbers.
I know. I said it can't be words.
Oh.
All right. Does that tell you there's some detailed information there? Uh-huh. What else tells you there's some detailed information besides the numbers? And they're not words. Yes, what do you call those? I used them in my writing today. What do you call those things right here? Bullets. So you know that there's going to be detailed information in the bullets. So when you read, what are you going to have to attend to? The bullets and the numbers. Sure. Okay. So anyways, I want you to read, and then why don't you spend a few minutes reading, and then I'm going to have you do something else, right? So just read, and then I'll give you something else to think about. Okay, we have a chance to read. Everybody else set? Have you seen this before?
Yes.
Where'd you see it? Yeah, what really smart, ingenious person was using it? Oh, okay. All right. So here's what I want to do, and I kind of thought we'd do this. Actually, let me have one back. All right, because here's what I want you to do. I want you to work in pairs, right? I'm going to move you. Consider you two are going to work together, and you two are going to work together. And here's what I want you to do. This was my plan that I used for my writing, right? All right. Well, was there an author for this person? For this article? Do you think was there an author? Mm-hmm. Do you think the author had to plan his or her writing like I did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you're going to do. I want you to take my planning sheet. You two are going to work together, and you two are going to work together. And I want you filling out some of these things right now, right? And I want you to take notes based on what they did. So, what this says title. I want you to draw a line through working and just put title. I just did it for you. She's going to do it. All right. So if you're going to fill that in, what's going to go there based on that? What's that say?
The secret of wheels.
The secret of wheels. So I want you to write that in. Not right now. I'm going to do some things. This is going to be harder. What's this right above it? What do you see right above it? The topic. So what's the topic?
wheels.
No.
Find out how different wheels work.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Where do you think you're going to find the topic? Where are you going to find the topic, do you think, to fill that space in? You're going to find it there. Where specifically? Where do you think a topic needs to be? In the very beginning. So I want you to look and see if you can find something, not just yet, wait, I want to give you enough. I want you to find something in the introduction that you're going to fill in for the top, what you think the topic of this, because is the topic the same? Do you think exactly the same as the title? Sometimes, probably not. So I want you to get the topic. Then I want you to look at the introduction. Point to the introduction right now. Okay. I want you to find important words, and I want you to bullet the important words over here, and I want you to tell me what you think the introduction would have looked like when the author was planning this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Then I want you to go down to the next section. This kind of has sections, doesn't have paragraphs. Point to this section in the article. What section is the second part right here? It is. Do you know what the heading's going to be? You will need, that's exactly right, and then I want you to bullet, right? Then tell me, what do you think's gonna happen next? Where are you gonna go next for this heading after you get this one done?
What to do?
What to do, you're gonna do that. Is there a conclusion?
No.
There is not. Guess who's gonna write it? Yes, ma'am. Okay, you ready to go? Can you guys stay here and work together? You can work together, and you two, can you pull your chairs? Can you work over that table over there? And then we'll come back and see how you do. You might not finish it, but that's okay. Okay? Are you comfortable? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Are you two comfortable with this?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna talk with teachers while you guys work for a little bit. Is this okay? What do you think of your thoughts right now? What do you think that about what you're gonna see or this kind of thing? What's your reaction? Say it again. Well,
To have kids apply, they're applying, if they really internalize the card.
Yep.
They now are applying their knowledge.
Yep.
To analyze an article.
Yep.
And it's hard.
Yeah. We can't have the kids just using the cart. I mean, even though we need to have them, right? The thing needs to be in their heads, right? And so I want to make sure they know that. And so a lot of times, I mean, we start off the year with the card, but then I say, I don't just like push it, and then until we have a problem, Houston, and then I go like this. People, pull out your card right now and look for it, right? Because I always want that to, or if they say something, I'm like, well, think of your card right now, what's on your card? And if they don't know, then I say, well, pull it out right now and take a look at it, right? Because they need to be, applying this work. If they're going into a test without the card in their head, they're in trouble, right? Okay. What else do you think? John, you moved, so I called on you.
I didn't hear that. That's right.
With the kids and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, guys. John, it was my best work. Brian, what do you think?
I'm just taking copious notes.
Okay.
I'm just like a sponge over
Yeah. What do you think? Oh, yes.
I don't think often I had my students read like a writer.
Okay.
So now the purpose for reading is very different. Often we're reading for information, but now you're reading for a purpose of what was the writer thinking.
Okay.
So I thought that
Yep. And so they have to, because I also want to hit home, which is what you're saying, Kim, is this idea of I want them to think that this is what everybody does, right? Everybody has to plan when they do that, right? And think about the skills. When I think about those skills that were up there for paragraphing, for for note taking, for summarizing, for all of those things, right? That's really pushing home again is that application piece, right? That they're having to really apply some of this stuff right now. What else are people thinking? But this is again what I think of as Common Core, is pushing that envelope for kids, right? And making that connection.
Well, I think it's that idea too of note-taking and picking out important information, which is a difficult skill.
It is very difficult. How do you think, my dear, that these kids are going to do?
I think they will do well,
I think they will too.
yeah, I think it's a challenging activity though.
It is a challenging
Higher- I mean, like
activity.
Joyce said,
It is a
it's a higher
challenging,
level.
it is a higher level thing. But I think that, again, that's what I think. I think we are, trying to be very careful with my language, I think we are over supporting kids. And I think, that we need to, and it goes back to that applying, giving them opportunities to, because I think typically I go in and do these things and your kids, not just yours, but all of our kids, right? When I was there, they always, they always meet my expectations, right? Not that it's perfect product by any means, but they all went into this very confident, feeling pretty good, and there's a lot of support going on. How am I supporting these kids?
Right now, you gave them great graphic
Right this moment, how am I supporting them?
Your back.
I gave them an organization, I gave them an easy text, right? Because I think that's huge in fifth grade, because can your kids read for the most part? For the most part, your kids are readers, whatever, and what I want them to do, I don't want them struggling with the reading, so I'm giving them an easier text, that's one thing that I'm doing. I gave them that, made sure they saw that organizational structure before, right? I gave them that card because that's something they need to be thinking about. And they're working in pairs right now. You need to do more of that, right? Working in pairs, that they're gonna be showing their work together, that, you know, on, trying to think what else.
Well, and I think starting with that type of a text really is, it's a little more clear, a little easier.
Okay, that is exactly right. It already
Whereas
had
if
the
it was
headings on there.
4 paragraphs.
Yeah, there was little things I thought was interesting when I was asking about the detailed information, just scanning something. They need to be scanning, thinking, oh, what do I need to be attending to? Oh, I need to attend the bullets. Oh, I need to be attending to those numbers. Brian, were you gonna say?
You answered it.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if you usually pair them.
Yes.
Pair
Yeah,
them.
because, well,
And they take notes together.
Yep. Yep, and one of the things that's gonna happen is, you know, I don't know if we'll have time, whatever, but then I'm gonna say, okay, let's bring this together, and then we're gonna be able to, you know, see if we have another opportunity to correct ourselves, right? So it's not just, oh, you know, and then I'm gonna be involved in that. I have a few-minute meeting that, you know, this is a guided thing, I just got them going on their reading group, I sent them back, and whether this is tomorrow or whatever, I meet with them, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna bring your notes, let's talk about it, and I'm gonna give them some feedback. But again, it's not gonna take that long, because you know, I'm gonna move, hopefully we're gonna move right through this, right? Because it isn't necessarily the content. They're gonna be learning the content through what I'm having them do right now, right? So, what else are people thinking?
The illustrations are helpful, but then you read them out.
Yes,
Very visual.
yes. And I didn't necessarily talk about that, but probably this activity is probably not that important, that, you know, showing the kids where those things probably belong, right? Why don't you just talk at your tables about what you're thinking together as teachers? I'm gonna go see what they're doing and stuff and see if we need to come back, just talk for a few minutes, so.
It's gonna be.
Okay, and that's gonna be your note taking and things like that, okay. How'd you find the topic? What did you think the topic was? Yep, I think so too, yep, I think so too, okay. And so it's kind of important that the topic be in there, right in there, okay. So right now, you're working on that first paragraph, trying to get that, okay, sounds good. Sounds like you know what you're doing. How are you guys doing over here?